In the quiet fields of Woolpit, Suffolk, sometime in the mid-12th century, during the rule of King Stephen, around 1150 AD, a mystery unfolded that has baffled historians for nearly 900 years. Two children, a boy and a girl, emerged from the earth itself. Their skin was green, their language unknown, and their origin never fully explained. This is the story of the green children of Woolpit. It was during the harvest season, near the deep pits, known as wolf pits, designed centuries earlier to trap wolves. A group of field workers spotted movement near the edge.
Oi, what's that? Near the pit.
Are those kids?
The children staggered into view. A young girl, perhaps 10, and a younger boy, maybe 7. Their clothes were made from a fabric no one in Woolpit had ever seen. Their eyes were wide with terror, and their skin was entirely green.
Saints, preserve us.
The villagers brought the strange pair to the estate of Sir Richard de Conn, a local landowner in Wykes, not far from Woolpit. He became the first documented caretaker of the children.
Feed them. They look starved. Give them bread.
But the children refused all food. Bread, meat, vegetables, nothing. Until finally,
"My lord, they're eating the raw bean stalks from the kitchen garden, not the beans. Only the stalks."
for days that was all they would eat. Two chroniclers documented the case. William of Newburgh in Historia Rerum Anglicarum, 1189. Ralph of Coggeshall, Abbot of Coggeshall Abbey, in Chronicon Anglicanum, 1220. Their accounts agree on three things: the green skin, the strange language, and their story once they learned English.
You can speak well now. Tell me, where are you from?
A place we called St. Martin's Land. Everything there is green. The sky, the sun, always dim, like twilight.
And how did you come here?
We were tending our father's herd. Then we heard a great sound, like bells. We followed the sound into a cavern, then became lost. Suddenly, a bright light, and we were here.
The boy, sickly from the start, never adapted to the new food and died a few months after arriving. The girl, however, thrived. She was baptized, learned English, and years later took the name Agnes, according to some records, eventually working and living in King's Lynn, Norfolk. Some even say she married a royal official from the town of Lynn, possibly a man named Richard Barr, a diplomat under King Henry II, but that part remains unverified. Over the centuries, scholars, storytellers, and conspiracy theorists proposed explanations, some logical, some impossible. One, Flemish refugees theory, historical. During the 12th century, many Flemish settlers lived in eastern England. In 1173, the Earl of Leicester's Flemish forces were massacred. Led by Robert de Beaumont, the third Earl of Leicester, who employed thousands of Flemish mercenaries in his revolt against King Henry II of England. These mercenaries were part of his army at the disastrous Battle of Fornham, where his forces were defeated and the majority of the mercenaries were killed or captured. Some believe the children were Flemish orphans, disoriented, wearing unfamiliar clothing, speaking Flemish, which locals thought was gibberish. The green skin, possibly chlorosis, a form of iron deficiency anemia, common at the time. 2. Subterranean world theory, mythic. Followers of medieval folklore proposed the children emerged from a cave network, possibly linked to ancient mines beneath East Anglia, a literal underground world. Three, parallel dimension and portal theory, modern conspiracy. Some argue St. Martin's Land was not a physical location, but a parallel reality accessed through a natural interdimensional rift. The bells the children followed could have been harmonic resonances, like portal frequencies. Four, extraterrestrial theory fringe. According to UFO theorists, the children were non-human hybrids or displaced extraterrestrial offspring. Their green pigmentation, a sign of altered hemoglobin or alien physiology. Five, fairy changeling theory, medieval folklore. In medieval Europe, green skin was associated with fae folk. As green was associated with fairies and the supernatural in medieval Europe, but the belief that they were literally green-skinned is likely a misunderstanding of folklore that primarily referenced green clothing. The green sickness condition could also have contributed to the idea of a greenish hue in real people, and tales like the Green Children of Woolpit popularized the connection between green and the otherworld. The children's sudden materialization, strange language, and odd diet align with changeling legends. Saint Martin, the saint they mentioned, was associated with transitions between worlds. Saint Martin is known for his act of charity after cutting his cloak to give to a beggar, which led to a vision of Christ and inspired him to become a Christian and leave the Roman army. He later became the Bishop of Tours, a missionary, and the founder of the first monastery in Gaul. As a result, he is the patron saint of soldiers, beggars, and France, among other groups. The Saint Martin transition between worlds refers to the island of Saint Martin, which is physically and culturally divided into two distinct nations, Saint Martin, French, and Sint Maarten, Dutch. The transition is a daily experience for residents and tourists who can walk between the French side, known for its elegant and slower pace, and the Dutch side, which is more vibrant with nightlife and duty-free shopping. This unique division dates back to the 1648 Treaty of Concordia and is a key feature of the island's identity. Despite rational theories, several details refuse to fit neatly. Both chroniclers wrote independently, decades apart, yet described the same story. The children's clothing was unlike any known English garment of the period. Their green color faded slowly over months, not days. The girl insisted the sun was dim in her homeland. And she claimed there was a river, separating their world from a bright land, possibly symbolizing a boundary between realms. Today, the village of Woolpit still stands. A sign bearing two green children greets visitors. No one knows the truth. Not the monks who wrote the first accounts. Not the historians who tried to explain it. Not the conspiracy theorists who dream of portals and parallel worlds. But the legend remains. Two green children, a brother and sister, who walked out of the earth and into history. Nearly 9 centuries later, we still ask, who were they? Where did they come from? And most haunting of all, was St. Martin's Land a real place? Or another world, entirely? Well, friends, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, then why not hit the like, share, and subscribe to help us reach more amazing people like yourself.
Thank you for watching. See you next time on Project Wake.
Take care.